Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, and I got a DM a while back saying, Jason, could you help me learn how to instantly manifest? And so I figured I will do a video on magic, a semi-deep dive, as the subject of magic is something that we could really go on for hours on if you want to dig into it. But I'll be talking about white magic and black magic, just some basics of how magic works. As whether you're conscious of it or not, you are always performing magic, and you are always the recipient of magic. And a big theme of this channel is bringing consciousness to our shadow, bring consciousness to things we're not aware of, in a hope to alter the consciousness of the collective by bringing the unconscious to the light. So with magic, we're looking at three questions: what, why, and how. And there is always an exchange in magic. There's always an energy exchange. The concept of pulling something from nothing does not happen. When we're manifesting something, we are pulling something, a thought form or a feeling, from the ether down into our vessel and expressing it out in the material world. And there's always an energy exchange in some way, shape, or form when this happens, whether you're practicing white magic or whether you're practicing black magic. So let's look at white magic first. And white magic can be done, it can be process-oriented, or it can be done through a mass ritual. As we have prayer, that's an example of a white magic ritual where we have multiple conscious beings projecting their consciousness on one outcome, one intention that we're hoping to manifest. When one puts an idea out through video, this can also be white magic as well. If an idea is put out and that idea resonates in one's heart. I use white magic in my videos. I never ask for likes or for subscribers, but I'm always appreciative when that happens, as what that shows me is the idea that wanted to come through me is speaking to someone else, and it's genuinely connecting with them, and through their own free will, they want to support me or to support the idea. And that is how white magic works in this case. So with white magic, we are always working with free will. What we want to manifest cannot infringe on the wills of other sovereign beings, and it cannot be opposed to the will of higher beings. We are looking at congruence with our intentions with other beings in the world and other higher beings. The big question in white magic is why? If we want more money, why do we need more money? Why is it important that we have that money? Because our intention of how we're going to use that is very important to the success of white magic. Again, there must be an alignment with something higher, and there must be alignment with other sovereign beings. I look at the most common type of white magic as being process-oriented, as the type of person that you are must be worthy of manifesting what you seek to manifest. So first, we ask the question, why? Why is it that we want to manifest this intention. And then we dig deeper and we look at, are we worthy of manifesting that? If we get clear on the intention and why we want to do it, and we're not worthy, then we start to work on becoming a person who is worthy of manifesting the intention. So again, this magic takes much more work on our part. It takes much more personal self-examination and effort as we are attempting a deeper understanding and this congruence with our intention, what we want to manifest, and with what we are currently expressing in the world. There is an element of release. Again, when we know why we want something, then we release it. We do our part through working on our behaviors and our habits, and then we release what we can't control to the higher beings that are going to help us. And we don't know exactly how the higher beings are going to do it, but it's going to happen in some way, shape, or form. We are working on our own personal how. The how for us is the part that we can control. What are the behaviors we need to manifest or we need to embody so that we can make this manifestation a real thing? White magic, we are looking at manifestation from genuine heart desires as opposed to ego desires. This, again, is why we ask why. Why do we want this? And if it's a genuine, heartfelt desire, then it is worth pursuing. And it is worth manifesting. If it's something that brings genuine joy, sustainable joy to our hearts and to the hearts of other beings, then this is the work that we explore in white magic. So the question of why is very important. The question of how is very important for what we do. And the question of what we release to higher beings, of how they want to bring that in co-creation with what we're doing. Now, again, there's more ritualized mass scale white magic, and I'm not going to go into that as much. I'll go into that more in the expression of black magic, because that's far more common in how black magic is used. And that's where we're going to go next. So black magic. In black magic, the big question is what? The how, what and how are the big questions in black magic. Why does not matter if you are using black magic. Black magic is my will be done. It doesn't matter what the wills of others are. We're not concerned with the wills of higher beings. We are only looking at our own personal egotistical will, usually with black magic. And again, there is a huge price to pay. There is karma always for when one infringes one's own will and it opposes the wills of others. And if we are working with darker beings in black magic, there is a huge price to pay for that. So it is, if you choose to go there, just be aware of what you're getting into and the price. So again, what is the big question? The how, usually black magic rituals require harnessing lots of energy from other beings, and it is usually in the situation where it's against the will of other beings. So this can be done either by force, by an act of physical force to force a will into submission. But what is far more powerful is the act of trickery, the act of coercion, the act of getting someone to surrender their will and agreeing to do something that usually they would not concur to. This is what we see in Hollywood when an agenda is put forth and it's done through subliminal imagery. This is what we see with MK Ultra, when imagery is put out and put into our subconscious minds. And this is a way that occult organizations harness the energy of unwilling participants on a mass scale. And again, unwilling participants become willing participants through these rituals. That again, now we're kind of looking at the how, and again, any form of coercion of the mind, use of words, use of phrases, repeating a phrase over and over and over again. This is done in the media all the time, using the art or the science of NLP. Again, NLP is not a black magic practice in and of itself, but when it's used in black magic, we see that. We see the combination of MK Ultra, of using light and sound frequencies, and then NLP, having a phrase repeated over and over again. And when lots of eyes and ears receive it, then it gets into their subconscious and it hijacks their will. Again, with black magic, we have blood magic. This is a physical form, harvesting of blood. Blood magic is also used in white magic, but the difference in white magic, you have a very highly evolved spiritual practitioner who is using their own blood to hold a space for a ritual. In black magic, we have the blood that's harvested much of the time of innocent beings or beings who do not wish to participate. And black magic rituals usually require a good amount of blood. The more energy, the more of a charge we're going to get on the ritual. Black magic, you hear stories of celebrities, of those who have attained material success, and you hear that they are not happy. You hear this over and over and over again. They claim that their heart's desire was achieved, but they are still not happy. And that is because it was not truly their heart's desire. Their ego desire was fulfilled, but it did not bring them sustainable joy. This is usually going to be the case when you are playing with black magic. You will find excitement, these rushes of adrenaline, of thrills, of these incredible highs, but then you will crash and you'll always be chasing that high. Whereas with white magic, the joy is sustainable. So most people practice both. Again, the creator of the universe created both the light and the dark. And this is what I'm offering, just to understand, take a deep dive into what magic is, how it works, and see how you're working it in your life. Maybe see how it might be worked on you, and then you can make some conscious decisions on how you want to proceed. So I went on longer than I ever have in a video, and hopefully you guys stuck with me and got something from this. I appreciate you all. Love you. Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher, signing off.